Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving my review for Hocus Pocus 2, which obviously my wife can say something if she wants to on it, if she's sitting over there playing her game. But I'll start with the first one. I'm not going to do a whole review video on the first one because I've talked about it before. We went ahead and yeah. We went ahead and rewatched it, mostly to show our daughter, and she enjoyed the first one. She enjoyed the second one, which she fell asleep during.
At the very end, though.
At the very end, but
She
I
did
think
like it.
yeah, she still liked it. But the first one's amazing. I love it. It's cheesy. It's they overact in it, but it's all on purpose. It knows what it is, and it's just, I love the first one so much. So
No, I hate the first one.
yeah, she hates it. So when they announced the second one, I was a little worried, just just because it's been so long since we had the first one come out.
And you never know if they would be able to portray the rules like they did back then again, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, so many factors could go into a sequel being made this far out. There's been some that have done amazing, like Top Gun Maverick, I know recently this year, and there's some that's just flopped. Or plenty that's flopped, I should say. So, very nervous, but very excited at the same time. And I'm just going to say, I loved this one as much as the first one.
Oh, this was so much better than the first one for me.
Well, you hated the first one, so.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I thought it was so much better, and which I guess if you think about it, isn't really abnormal, because I know it's a sequel, but, like, for example, when we do, like, originals compared to remakes, I always like the remakes more.
Yeah, it's still the same concept, definitely.
Yeah.
But basically, the plot of this is two girls go out into the woods. We see it in the trailer. They conjure up the sisters, and unknowingly, they don't realize they're doing it. But this guy that ran this, I guess like a souvenir shop in a way, that's actually built inside the Sanderson sisters' house. He tricks them by giving them a black flame candle that he has recreated. And it is basically them now trying to stop the sisters from going through with this plan of becoming the most powerful witch. I thought everybody did really well in this. I thought Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy, I say her last name, and Bette Miller all did amazing.
Now, see, the one I was worried about was Sarah. I didn't know she'd be able to pull it off again.
So Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, but I thought she did really well.
Yeah. Obviously, you can see their age. They're not going to be.
No, but they
they're
didn't
not
look
young.
like horribly off either.
No, they still did pretty good at making them look younger in a way, but you can still see their age to them at the same time. But they were all great. They all were on point with the characters again.
I thought it was so much funnier in this one too.
Yes, this one was.
Which I think helped.
This was a lot funnier. I mean, they did do the whole thing with back, when the first one came out, where they were getting surprised and scared by all the new stuff, and they did sort of rehash that in this one, but obviously it's a lot more different in this one.
There's a lot more to it.
Yeah, so it's still just as funny, if not funnier. I thought the storyline worked great. I didn't have an issue with anything. I love how they connected it to the first movie. Um, it has that same feel to it, the same uh, over the top acting at sometimes.
I thought this one wasn't as over the top though.
Not as they kind of kept this one a little more grounded, but still a little bit over the
I thought what they
top.
did though worked for it. I thought they did really well.
Yeah, and I think that they kept the cinematography great. The fall Halloween feel was just as good in this one as it was in the first one.
It was, but I do think just by a little bit, the other one had a better fall feel to it.
I think that was because
It was just the
it just
atmosphere.
the atmosphere was a little bit different. It was you get a Halloween.
It was more spooky rather this one being more of a spooky comedy. It was.
You get, I mean, it could be argued that there's a little bit of a difference, but then at the same time, it was just as good. I could see it both ways. So I couldn't argue with it either way. Um, and then I loved how they ended it. To me, it was. This is a series that, especially in this new one, that really the Sanderson sisters, they're the bad guys, but they're not the bad guys. You feel sorry for them in a way. Yes,
Once you watch this one.
Yes, they're eating kids or sucking out their life force, but then they have that way of making you feel very sorry for them. You feel sad when they go away at the end.
I think how they did it though was perfect. How they made them go away.
I loved how they did it. I loved how
usually something is always messed up in like sequels this far out.
Yeah.
And or they forget like this is what happened in part of this movie and it doesn't work if you do it this way and they don't think about it. But I thought it worked great.
Yeah, because I loved how Winifred had to learn a lesson at the end of this one. In the first one, there wasn't a lesson that she had to learn.
She was just out.
It just kind of, they lost the battle, basically. And this one, she had to learn a lesson, and she had to find something out about herself that I think she possibly knew, but didn't want to admit, or maybe didn't know at all about herself. So I hope, in a way, we don't get a sequel.
Yeah, I thought it ended great.
Perfect. Now, could they continue it with like a whole different setup, like maybe bring back the three girls from this one and just not do the Sanderson sisters?
The thing is, I feel like if they did that, it would feel too much like a cash grab and it wouldn't do good.
Possibly. I mean, they do set our
they
main.
Need to leave it with just the originals and be done.
They do set our main girl up with being a witch, which they could dive maybe into that in a sequel. How she would randomly get powers. Maybe it's in her family that she didn't know about. Maybe she's connected somehow. But so I could see them going that route. But I really hope they don't bring the sisters back. But I have a feeling with that little end credit scene that they give us with the cat rubbing on the box that said Black Flame Candle 2, I have a feeling we might get them back. But I don't know. I would feel very mixed with that. I just feel like
it would depend on the storyline. But the other thing is,
you ended this one so perfect. Yeah, you ended this one so perfect that I just feel like, why do another one?
Yeah, like if they would just let the end credits scene out, it would like no one would even, you know what I mean? It just wouldn't. Mm-hmm. It would be perfect.
Which you don't have to. Like I said, you could watch 1 and 2, and if they did make a third, just not watch it. I mean, It's not until the after credit scene, so it's not like it's in the movie. Yeah, it's not like part of the movie. You just stop it and not watch it after credit scene.
I know we have the original on 4K. which I know that was because mainly you wanted it on 4K, but I want this one on 4K if it comes out on 4K. So
It should.
it should, but
Which we'd have to buy it on. I'd buy it on 4K anyways because of their movies now not having slips on Blu-rays unless they're restarting them with slips again because they did with Thor: Love and Thunder.
I don't know.
But we'd probably get 4K anyways. But yeah, I really didn't have. I didn't have nothing wrong with it. I tried to sit there and think of something, but honestly, there just wasn't anything that stood out that wasn't just a nitpick.
And what's her face on the vacuum things?
The Roombas.
Great. That was amazing.
Loved all the modern touches to it.
Yeah.
I loved how she
but it
was
wasn't
able.
too much. Like they did the perfect balance of it. They didn't go overboard.
Yeah, and they basically made like the Roombas their pets in a way in this one.
Well, they thought it was like listening to them, like that type of thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, in a way, it sort of kind of was because it kept following them, but I don't know.
Not
it just
like and that's quite technically a purpose type though. It's like,
but yeah, there just wasn't a lot. I mean, like I said, there's just nitpicks I could maybe point out. Like I could maybe say, they kind of prolonged the death of Sarah and Mary a little bit, but I guess they did that, to help Winnie understand, the understand her feelings about them.
and I don't know who
So,
played the young version of Winnie, but whoever it was did really well after the over exaggeration that she always does.
Yeah, when they showed them in all their younger selves, I think they did really good. And it basically gave us backstory on Billy, gave us backstory on all them to show how they became witches and all this kind of stuff. So I did like that touch to it. When they first come back, the musical number they did was pretty funny, kind of unneeded in a way, but definitely funny. Just added to that sort of cheesiness to it. But yeah, we had fun with it. Like I said, there's nothing major that I can fault it for. It'd just be nitpicking, so I'm not gonna count that toward my score for this movie. But overall, I gave this one surprisingly a 5 out of 5. It's just as good as the original, or the first one, excuse me. And I would definitely recommend watching. I will definitely be picking it up when it releases physically, because it should release physically, I would assume. I hope. What would you give it? Or did you give it?
I would give it, I haven't rated it yet, but I would give it probably 4.5 out of 5.
So what was the one thing it just didn't reach that 5 out of 5 for you? Or is there something in particular?
I think just for the fact that I don't know, like there was just something. I don't know, there's something missing. Like not like a big very subtle, but something just was missing. Something should have been there that wasn't. But nothing specific. But it was really good. It's just not quite 5. And I almost never give stuff 5s, especially for like that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's saying something. Is it the same one is the same people that did like Kenny and all them? Are they part of that? Do you know?
That did what? The first one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's obviously the same 3.
Well, I know that. But I'm talking about
our main
I know
witches,
Kenny Ortega did. And Fletcher's the director.
I think Kenny did the other one, I think.
Yeah, he did. Looking it up here a minute. I wish isn't shown as part of it. No. I love the songs they chose for it. I thought it was a very good choice of songs.
Yeah.
And usually song choices are but I thought they did good.
Yeah. The only thing I think would have been, which I mean, I didn't have it didn't change my grade obviously, but the only thing I'd mention to her was the scene where they hypnotized the people at the fair, Halloween fair, whatever you want to call it, when they were like dancing. I sort of wish they were doing it to. I thought it'd been nicer if they were doing it to Thriller.
That would have been great.
Instead of what they danced to, but it still worked. You know, it didn't affect the grade or nothing, my score for it. But I think that'd have been a little bit funnier.
Because as far as I remember, they didn't. But in the original, I don't remember like cuss words or anything. I know they said like the word "damn" a lot, or a good handful of times in this movie, and then they said something else, but I don't remember what it was. But I'm surprised they did that. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying I'm surprised they did it.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But
I know I think they cuss. I just don't remember like minor words, but I don't think.
But then again, you gotta think like.
I don't remember for sure though.
For example, I mean,
we just watched it too.
They're also targeting the '90s kids, so it's like, they're gonna be it's mainly gonna be adults watching it. So
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of. This is definitely gonna be very adult oriented watch. Yes, they're trying to draw new fans, obviously.
Yeah.
But
you can tell it's more geared towards the lovers of.
You're going to have a lot of gear toward us. So, but definitely enjoyed it. Happy to watch it. Hated we had to wait so long. We had to wait till our daughter come home to watch it at 4:00. So otherwise I would have been.
We would have watched it earlier.
Watching them first thing this morning. So, but I believe that's everything, ain't it? Is there anything you want to say?
No, that's it.
Alright, so yep, that is everything. So please come like and subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for our videos, and we will see you all in the next one.